For this tutorial, I would just like to show you how to make a very quick, very simple, not much yarn involved, spaghetti straps kind of summer top. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Really quick, really simple to make, a lot of fun. I just thought since it's warming up, it'd be nice to, you know, make a few summer tops. It's going to be good. Yeah, that's all. There's not much else to say about it really. I'm still using the yarn that I've got lying around the house just because I still can't go out and get yarn. The shops are still closed. Yeah. So yes, if you like this video, please give it a like. If you would like to subscribe and join me for some more tutorials, that would be great. I would love to have you join. Thank you to my patrons, and thank you to all my subscribers. I still can't believe I made over 1,000. I think that's really great. Yes. There's much else. I just wanted to quickly mention, I wanted to make a tutorial on this thing that I've been working on, but I don't think putting it on this channel is a very good idea, because I really mainly just want to focus on crochet here. It's probably wise at this point. However, what I'm going to do is anytime I do like a crafty thing, I am going to make a tutorial on it, but I'm going to put it on a sister channel that I've got and just link it in the description of a video that I'm making for this channel. So, yes. And I'll just quickly mention what I've been making because I'm kind of excited about it and I don't want to keep it to myself anymore. I've been making these things because I've had a lot of time on my hands. Okay, I'll show you what I've been making. So I've been making these. I've been having fun. What I do is I get toilet rolls, you know, the cardboard from toilet rolls, and okay, so what I do is I use toilet rolls and I sort of squash them, cut them up and make sort of petals out of them. Yeah, like this. And then I get these like metallic gold cardboard serving trays from the supermarket and food colouring and some gold paint that I had lying around, like acrylic paint. And then, okay. So that's what I've been doing. I've been making them and I am going to make a tutorial on that, but like I said, I'll just put it on the sister channel, and if you feel like watching that, if you feel like making some delightful little, you know, fun things, you just watch that and it'll be good. Yeah, okay. But we should just get straight into making this. So for this project I'm using a 3.5mm hook. Yep. And the Mondial Brillantina. So this one's my favourite yarn. I've actually only got 2 balls of this left and I can't get more. So yeah, it was a struggle to decide whether I was going to use this or not, but I just thought may as well because it's a really cute top and it's okay. Alright, so this is the Mondial Brillantina and it's 50% cotton, 47% microfiber and 3% polyester met. And 50 grams at 175 meters. Again, I can't find the ply, but as you can see it's a very fine yarn. So, carefully pulling that out. Also, I just want to mention quickly, this is a very, very simple design. So hopefully I can explain it properly so that the simpleness of it is conveyed. Yeah. So what we're going to do first is we're going to find the end of the yarn. I'm going to start by making a slip knot. So making a slip knot. I'm not going to make the tail of that very long. I'm just going to make like a short tail, just like that. And then adjusting the knot to the hook, we're going to start by making a chain of 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain of 100. Alright, and there is my chain of 100. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to carefully work our way back to the beginning, being careful not to twist it. So just carefully like that, work your way back to the beginning, and we're going to slip stitch into the first chain. So just there, slip stitch into that first chain. Just like that. I've got to be careful because this yarn is quite stringy. So, yeah. Alright. and slip stitching into that first chain, just like that, to join for a massive chain circle. Alright, now I'm going to go a couple of rounds, or maybe 2 or 3 rounds with you, just so that you can see how the pattern develops. But once I've done that, you should easily be able to see how to progress. So, to start off, we're going to chain up 2, and into that same chain that we slip stitched into, so that same one, we're going to put a double crochet right next to that chain of 2. So double crochet into that first chain, and then chain 2 and another double crochet into that same chain. So let's see if you can see that. Yeah. So another double crochet into the same chain. There we go, and we've begun increases right away. So the seam's going to be on one of the back corners, obviously. Yeah, and we've begun the increase right away, and we're doing the increase for the first shoulder. So basically what it is, there's 100 chains, so to begin with we're dividing it up into 25. So hopefully I'm going to explain this properly and you'll understand what I'm talking about. So what we do next is, we've done that first increase, now we're going to chain 23. So chain 23. Okay, so I've chained 23, and now what I'm doing is I'm skipping 23 chains along. So skipping 23 chains, you can see just here, I've skipped these 23 chains, and on the 24th chain, so that's that one there for me, already counted along, I'm going to put a double crochet straight into, bear with it, it's going to seem a little fiddly to begin with, but double crochet straight from that chain of 23 that you've done into the 24th chain along. So double crochet straight into that chain, just like that. And then chain 2, 1, 2, and another double crochet into that same chain. Oh, okay, so my phone ran out of storage, but it's okay, here we are. Alright, so like I said, we're going to double crochet straight into that chain we've already done the double crochet into. So we double crocheted, we chained 2, and we double crocheted again, all into the same chain. And there we've done the first bit of the first shoulder. Okay, now moving on to, we'll be doing the front, start of the front. We're going to double crochet into the next chain along. So let's just focus the camera and double crochet into the next chain along. Spaghetti. Like that. Yeah, alright, now and that'll be the first of the 25 chains for the front. So now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 23, so 1, 2, 3, chain 23, and there is that chain of 23, and then skipping 23 along on that original chain circle, or the original foundation chain, you're going to double crochet straight into the 24th chain along, like that. Nope. Through the entire chain. Yeah. Like that. And there we go. And that is the last of those 25 chains for the beginning of the front. Now you're going to put a double crochet straight into the next chain along. Next chain along, double crochet, followed by a chain of 2, 1, 2, and then another double crochet into the same chain. Focus. Another double crochet into the same chain, like so. There we go. And that is the front. Now we chain 23, so 1, 2, 3, chain 23, skip 23 chains along, double crochet into the 24th chain. I'll meet back up with you there. So there is that chain of 23, and now double crocheting into, skipping the 23 chains, double crochet into that 24th chain along, like so, and then, oh, okay, try and do it neatly, of course. What's the problem with fiddly yarn? It's just, yeah, anyway, double crochet, followed by chain of 2, 1, 2, and then another double crochet into that same chain, like that. There we go, and then we've completed the beginning of the increases for the second shoulder, for the other shoulder. Now we're doing the back, and what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet into the next chain along, so right into the next one along, just there, double crochet, chain 23. So there I've done my chain of 23, then skipping the next 23 chains along that bottom chain, you're going to double crochet into the 24th one along, and the last stitch at the end, or the last chain at the end of the round, it's obnoxiously tricky. It's going to get easier after this though, because it just is. Alright, there we go, double, maybe not quite that, like that, yeah. Bit more like that. Alright, you see what I mean though. Double crocheting into that last chain at the end of the round. There we go, there we go. We've done. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2 from the beginning of the round. So slip stitch into that, the top of that chain 2 just there. Like so. And there you go, there you've done the back. Now, from here we chain up 2, so 1, 2, and we turn the work. And the reason we're going to be chaining 2 and turning every time we start a new round is because we don't want the seam to drift to the side in any way. I just find that happens if you don't turn, for me anyway. I don't know how else to do it. If you don't turn, the work starts to drift to the side, and I don't know, it kind of looks messy. Anyway. Alright. So we've chained up 2, we've turned the work. Now we're not going to be putting our first stitch into the stitch directly beneath the chain of 2. We're going to be putting it into the next stitch along. So what I mean by the stitch directly beneath is that one just there. Alright, let me get closer. That one just there. We're going to be going into the next one along. So that one just there, we're going to double crochet into that. And we are once again working on the back section, and for the back section the chains are going to stay the same every single time, so it's always going to be a chain of 23. So you're going to chain 23. So there I've chained that 23, and then obviously skipping the chain of 23 beneath it, moving straight onto the next stitch along on the other end of that chain there. So next stitch, there we go. Double crochet into that straight from the chain that you've just done. Then another double crochets until the chain space or the increase section that you did for the shoulder. So here we are at the first increase section just there. Now what we do to keep increasing, we double crochet into the center of that increase section. So double crochet followed by a chain 2, and then another double crochet into the increase section. And that's how you increase. That is how we increase. Now, to increase the width of the arm or the shoulder, so we've done a chain of 23 for the first part. Now, because there's going to be 2 extra stitches on either side, you're going to be chaining 25. So chain 25. Okay, so I've chained that 25. Now, skipping that chain of 23 beneath it, you're just going to double crochet straight into the increase section on the other end, or on the other side. So, the other side of that shoulder, double crochet straight into that increase section. Oof, like that. Then chain 2 and another double crochet into that increase section for the next increase. Just like that. So you can probably see how this is going to start to work out. The more you go, the more you're going to increase the amount of chains for the shoulders. So obviously for the next one, you're going to be doing 27 because there's 2 extra stitches every time. So 27 chains, then after that 29, then after that 31, and you're going to be increasing those until when you try it on, the front and the back seam, so the front and the back, or the back and the front, fit comfortably beneath your arms when you try it on. So I'll go through that when we get to that stage anyway. But we're going to move on. We're going to be doing the front. So I do need to explain this to you. So from that increase, moving straight onto the next stitch along, double crochet into the next stitch along, and then into the next stitch along, another double crochet, and we're going to be doing another chain of 23 for the front. But what we're going to do is the chains are going to decrease in length while the stitch count gets, well, there's more stitches. So for the first 2 chains, or because we're not counting that foundation one as the first one, so this one is 23, then the next one we do is going to be 23. Then for the next one, it'll be a chain of 21, and then for the one after that, it'll be a chain of 21. So 2 lots of each. So, okay, so 23, 23, 21, 21, 19, 19, 17, 17, and you'll see as we go. But I am going to show you how to do that because it's not just, yeah. Okay, so chain 23. So we've chained 23, and then bypassing the chain of 23 beneath that, just double crocheting straight into the stitch on the other side. Double crochet straight into that stitch, then double crochets till the increased section, where you will double crochet into the center of that increased section, chain 2, another double crochet into the increased section. There we go. And then, like I said, the next progression is a chain of 25. So there's the chain of 25, and bypassing the chain of 23 beneath that, just double crochet straight into the increased section on the other side. Chain 2 and another double crochet into the increased section. There we go, just like that. Alright, and now we've reached the end of the round, but because we don't put our first stitch into the stitch directly beneath the chain 2 at the beginning, we put our last stitch of the round directly into the stitch beneath the chain 2, if you know what I mean. So that one just there. So that's the slip stitch from the previous round we put our final stitch into. And then we slip stitch into the top of the chain 2 from the beginning to join the round, just like that. Yes. And there we go. And that's round 2. Alright. Now, I am going to do this next round with you, and I think that's all I'm going to need to do. So obviously from here, to begin the next round, we chain up 2, and always turning the work, double crochet, not into the stitch directly beneath the chain 2, but into the next stitch along, and then double crochets up till the increased section, and double crochet into the center of the increased section, chain 2, another double crochet into the center of the increased section. And like I said, because there'll be an extra 2 stitches every time you do every time you move to the shoulder, so that's going to be a chain of 27 this time. Alright, so there's that chain of 27, and then once again we double crochet straight into the increased section the other side, chain 2 and another double crochet into that same increased section, then a double crochet into each stitch till we get to the chain at the front. So I'm going to do that with you here. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to show you how we do this, because like I said, we're decreasing the amount of chains every second round, and we're increasing the amount of stitches. So what I mean by that is to decrease the amount of chains, increase the amount of stitches. So we've got the chain here, and we've gone into the final stitch just there, but we're going to put a double crochet into the next of these chains. So the next chain along on this chain, which kind of looks a little tight just there, but it should be okay. So you can see just there's that first of those chains. So you're going to put your double crochet into that. So I'm going to... Alright, so if you're using ultra fine, ultra fiddly yarn like me, it's probably going to be tough to get into that first chain along just there. But what you're going to do, see, I did it. I did it. You're going to double crochet into that chain, and then, like I said, decreasing the length of that chain, you're going to chain 21. So 1, 2, 3, chain 21. So there we are. I've chained 21, and then not going into the